Welcome back, everybody, to another great episode of, what is this called? Brain Juice Podcast. I'm Corey.
And I'm Erin.
And we are just one husband and wife trying to get by during this COVID time period. So we thought we'd resurrect our dead-ass podcast, even though people were still listening to this.
It wasn't a dead-ass podcast. We were just on a pause.
I know. We were on a pause for, 10 months? And we had almost as many listeners as during those 10 months that we weren't doing anything as we had when we were actually putting out episodes. It was great. It was great. On average, we averaged about a listen a day or a download a day. It's great. I like it. I like it a lot.
People are bored. They need content.
People must be really bored to listen to this. Yeah. So, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I just got done playing a Zoom game with some friends.
Ooh, what'd you play?
Harry Potter and the Hogwarts battle.
Yeah?
Yeah. So what we do is there are 4 of us playing. And so one person sets up the board and then sets up a camera down at the board. And then the rest of us just mirror our board setup at home. So like we have to announce what like item or cards to buy come up.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it works pretty well.
That's good.
So we've been doing that every week, every other week for a little bit. And
I think they play every week.
Nice.
You only commit to every other week.
Right. Well, we're switching it now to officially be just every other week.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Yeah. How was your walk?
My walk was fantastic. I didn't go nearly as far as I wanted to just because I knew rain was on the way.
Yeah.
Which it really didn't come. Like there's
Well, I
lightning
mean, it's
out
raining
now. Yeah.
but it wasn't raining when you got home.
No, it said it was going to start raining at like 8. And so I just did around the block, kind of watching the skies constantly.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't want to get your hair wet?
Absolutely
Wasn't
not.
hair washing day?
No, today was hair washing day.
Oh, that's right.
No, I washed my hair on Friday.
Was it?
Yeah, so now it's all just like maintained from here on out. No product. I just comb the sucker after I get out of the shower. I'm like, yeah. Get all those dead hairs that are falling out of my head.
Well, you do that when you're just like sitting somewhere.
I know.
You run your fingers through your hair and just pull it all out.
It drives her nuts, and I'll just like pull out stray hairs out of my head.
So gross. That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, and of course, if anybody is like us, we're consuming Disney Plus content at a rabid rate.
We have seen the same Disney movies over and over again now. How many times have you watched Frozen 2?
I've only seen Frozen 2 like 2 times now.
Oh, really?
Onward and Coco are my big go-tos right now.
Oh, okay.
And I will watch the hell out of Onward. I think I've seen it now over 10 times.
Over 10?
Over 10 times.
I was going to estimate 4 or 5.
Oh,
so,
yeah, no, it's way more than that.
Wow.
Because I'll watch it without the boy.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, there are certain times that I'll hold the boy because I know he's getting ready to wind down for a nap, and so we'll watch something for half an hour. He'll go down for a nap, and I'll just finish watching it, and things like that. But yeah, that one, and then you've gotten into Big Hero 6.
Yeah, I've watched that one twice now. I've watched The Incredibles 3 times.
So good. Which one?
Yeah.
1 or 2?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
3 times each? Or like
no.
1 and 2?
I think 3 for the first one, and the second one only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what was I watching the other day?
Well, I know we watch Cars.
Yeah, we have watched Cars a couple of times. I still haven't watched any of the sequels.
From everything I've heard, the sequels just aren't worth a damn. Like, they're not worth watching at all.
That's why I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
You also made me watch Up, or part of Up.
Dare you.
That was awful. I am never going to finish that fucking movie. Dear God, I can't even get through the intro again.
She was distracted
terrible.
with the boy, and so I was just they do the montage. And I was just kind of like, and now he's alone. And like, I just kind of broke through each scene in like a 1 sentence because it cut so quickly, and she just fell apart.
I fell apart just listening to a description of the montage.
It's great.
There's no way I'm going to watch it. I'm sure it's lovely.
Yeah. But I did actually have an interesting question. I've already posed this to you once, but I thought it was funny enough to think about again. So in the movie Cars, we see baby cars, right? I had just assumed that it's they come off the factory line because they're cars. Metal doesn't grow; it rusts. We've seen a lot of that. But they had baby cars. So, do factories make baby cars, or do cars make baby cars? Like, where do baby cars come from in the movie Cars?
Okay, so yes, I have been thinking about this for a couple of weeks now. Because what else am I going to do? I still feel like factories make baby cars.
Well, then they're always a baby car. It'd be like Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, but
Like
how
she
does
was
a baby
always a
car
baby
grow up?
vampire. I don't know.
Or because you don't see a bunch of little Fiats running around, so you do have to grow then at that point.
No, I mean but like a Fiat would be a full grown car. It just there would be a little baby Fiat. Not like Fiats are the babies of cars. No,
they're all the same babies.
I guess if you want to go, I guess they have souls, right? Maybe they have like a soul transfer station.
They're
like once you get to a certain age, you get to pick your next chassis, and like it has to be in the same family. Yeah, so like you would get to pick your upgrades. Like, oh, I got leather seats now and power windows or whatever. When I go from kid to teenager, I'd assume there's only 3 steps. Right? Kid, teenager, adult.
No, but you don't see cars changing bodies, though.
Well, I know.
So maybe it is
something
like
have to
a
happen
biological
to these
thing.
these kid cars.
So maybe the mommy cars carry the baby cars in their trunks.
I just thought about that. Okay, so a car does have a tailpipe.
Yes.
And then it has a muffler. Maybe the muffler is
like the
area,
uterus?
like the uterus. Yeah, maybe the muffler and like the catalytic converter is the umbilical cord. So you've got tailpipe, muffler, catalytic converter.
Okay, well...
And then when they give birth, they go to the shop, they put them on the thing, and the lift goes up, and the baby comes out of the muffler.
Okay.
And then they have to weld that sound bitch back in place.
Yeah.
Just some of these, like... Don't introduce the idea of kid cars. That would have been my... I understand why they did it, because it is a kid movie, but at the same time... That's kind of unneeded. Then
it just introduces all these questions too, because what happens to a car when it dies? Do the cars die?
Yeah, they go to the junkyards.
Live on together?
Yeah, you remember like they had the fan from the rust thing because that was the main guy.
Yeah,
and he was like all rusting apart. Like
so how does a car die besides rusting to death? Is that painful? It sounds like it would be painful.
I don't know.
There are too many complications when it comes to cars,
yeah,
right?
Maybe we'll put a pin in this and do
cars have pets? There were no animals in that movie, right?
I would imagine they're
like stay around.
Scooters.
Scooters.
I'd imagine like scooters, like little
electric scooters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Like a little. Yeah.
Are there car scientists?
I don't know.
Are there car doctors?
If it's like a scooter, then as the pet gets older, it can turn into a what do you call it? Like a electric wheelchair.
But see, what's the purpose of an electric wheelchair in a world where there are no people?
To be a pet. Come on.
That seems
Get your shit together. Are you okay there, puppy? Are you getting comfy? Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah.
He just wants to join in on the podcast. He also agrees that this is a super weird conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and change this topic here.
You know, it just brings up all of these shows that like Disney and other cartoons are like cartoon studios are putting out where you have inanimate objects like inhabiting a world. I'm thinking of Brave Little Toaster. I've never seen it.
I was just thinking of Brave Little. You've never seen Brave Little Toaster?
No, I've never seen it.
You want to watch it and cry?
Watching it.
You just want to watch it and cry? Let's do it.
No, because I don't want to do that with Up. Why would I want to do it with the toaster?
I'm gonna finish up one of these days.
Maybe.
I will. Are you okay there, dog? There's nowhere to go from there. Okay. Well, how about this? Let's talk a little bit about everybody's favorite subject, COVID.
Do cars get COVID? Probably not. Do cars have lungs? They don't breathe.
They have an air filter, so I would call them the lungs.
You know what? Cars
And
could
an
go
air
live
intake.
on Mars and other planets.
Why would they need to do that?
I'm just saying they could.
Let's get realistic here. Speaking of COVID,
And speaking of the planet dying,
I want to talk about some of the changes. This goes back on track for a podcast. Some of the changes that we've made in our household, because this is something I think you wanted to bring up. when everything went to shit and everybody decided that they needed 14,000 rolls of toilet paper and the rest of us was, stuck
And
to a
we
scrubber.
did not. We did.
Well, we
We
waited.
didn't stock up. Yeah.
Well,
We didn't quite know what was going on.
Well, we kind of knew, like, oh, okay, they're going to shut down stuff. I think we went a day after the initial rush because we were like, let's get some frozen pizza. We were highly limited on amount of frozen pizza we could buy.
God.
Although, it was a really good one.
You know what?
DiGiorno's.
It's opened up my world to DiGiorno pizzas.
By the way, if you're looking for a really great non-sponsored recommendation for a pizza,
Baconator.
it was the bacon stuffed bacon pizza.
Yeah.
It was really delicious. As you claimed
so
it,
much
it's
bacon and stuffed crust. And
mozzarella sticks surrounding a pizza. Isn't that how you wanted to make a version of that? Was that how that came out?
No, it was a conversation I was having with friends about Bosco sticks.
Oh.
And I said, if you wanted to make Bosco sticks at home, just take a string cheese and wrap it in pizza dough.
Yeah,
and
that's
bake
exactly
it.
how you do stuff.
Yeah.
Crust, yeah.
And it just felt like a revelation. I had never really thought about it.
Pizza Hut did that like 15 years ago.
I have almost never had Pizza Hut.
You've almost never had Pizza Hut?
I had it when I got those
very proud
personal
of you
pan
because,
pizzas
I used to
for
get
the
those
reading
all
book
the
club.
time. Oh,
yeah.
man. I'm really...
Yeah, you get the little stickers on your card and you go in and...
Do you know recently I tried to look up the zoo one?
The zoo
I think we talked about this before. At my elementary school, we had a zoo book. Every time you read a book, you could get a stamp for your zoo book. And I think it could get you other books about zoo animals. I'm trying to look it up. I couldn't quite remember all the details. But
Was this like a program that your school created?
No. It was a nationwide thing. I couldn't find it, though.
Oh, okay.
At least as far as I'm aware of, I don't think my school was cool enough or Wanamaker there to make a program like that because they were official. I mean, they were these like those fucking coupon books. There's all printed color, blah blah blah. Yeah, and they
Well, maybe it was a special thing through the Indianapolis Zoo for Indianapolis.
Could have
schools.
been
Because like Book It was the Pizza Hut one, and I remember it being all over the place, and like people who are not from Indiana, I know, also participated. So
okay. Well, so changes that COVID has made us make, right? Well, I guess there's a couple that we decided to make on our own. Obviously, we can't change out. I guess we could get a bidet. That could be the next great adventure of reducing.
we could. You want to do
Temporary
the
waste.
plumbing for it?
No, they make them really simple now. It's literally all I got to do is get a little valve, like a splitter, and then I just hook up. So you would take off the water supply line to the toilet, put on this little splitter, hook the toilet back up, and then you get a connector for that splitter to the bidet.
It would probably
And
be
there's
more
buttons on the
pleasant
side.
than that thin-ass toilet paper we have.
Oh my God.
Might as well not use it. I might as well be using my hand.
I finally
It's so
found
thin.
a pack of toilet paper that was more than 4 rolls because, surprise, you need more than 4 rolls after so long. But it is the thinnest fucking toilet paper I've ever had.
It is
Besides maybe
as
at
thin
work.
as phyllo dough.
Feel it.
Might as well make baklava out of it.
She's really into baking right now, guys.
It is, I have so much extra time. I love it.
Yeah, but we completely cut out paper towels.
And you know what? That was actually pretty easy.
It was really we do more towel laundry because we got a big pack of cloth napkins, and then we use the same kitchen towels that we normally use, but instead we've got a little cleanup to do. Take the sponge, go over real quick, dry it up with the towel, done. Toss it into the wash if it's dirty enough.
Well, I think the reason this can be successful is because we have all of those towels from IKEA. Honestly, I would go back and buy probably like 4 more packs of IKEA towels just so that we have like a nice little stash. But you know what? They soak everything up really well. It's been working, like cleaning the counters and cleaning the floors and whatever else we use. So I'm pretty happy. Also, I like the idea that we're reducing our waste because without going to work, like we're reducing our carbon footprint because we're not driving all over the like we're hardly driving at all. We're hardly using gas. So that feels really good.
The old CFs, carbon footprints.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot more about ways to help with
Well, I think the
greenhouse
biggest
warming
thing,
and-
yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing for the adjustment is that we're just home all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we use an incredible amount of energy at the home, even though we're still down from last year, right? Or we're still doing like average.
Yeah, and I just got our electric bill for next month, and it's down $20.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're doing a lot better with turning out lights when we leave a room. We got a smaller refrigerator, so that's using less power.
I know. We got another one just sitting in our kitchen. We need to get rid of that thing. We had somebody lined up.
It.
Well, we had the magnets is what keeps it around here.
You know what? No. We need somewhere to put the second set of ABC magnets.
Well, unfortunately, we had somebody to take it, and then COVID hit, so it's just been on lockdown. And it's just like, all right, it'll be here. We'll have that fridge in our dining room / kitchen probably until September would be my guess.
A couple more months. I don't know. I would feel okay with us rolling it out into the driveway and then having our friends come and pick it up.
Oh, that's true.
Larson's.
Don't call them out by name. How dare you?
I mean, if they're still interested. Otherwise, we may be advertising a fridge on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Just, stay posted for that.
And also, let's see here. Do you want to do the game next, or do you want to do micro horror stories?
Let's do the game
and
save the horror stories for last. Because I love saving creepy stuff for right before we log off.
All right, yeah, well, sorry.
Perfect.
So stay tuned for those micro horror stories.
Okay, so this quiz that I created is based on Disney cartoons.
Yay!
Because we've been watching so many.
Excuse me, I'm okay at them. Let's see. My memory is touch and go lately. So
well, let's see. I have 3 questions. In each question, I will give you 3 clues. Oh. And you have to guess the character.
Do I get to immediately respond, or do I have to wait for all 3 clues, or do I have to request the clues?
No, I will read you the 3 clues, and then if you need an additional clue, I can narrow it down.
Okay. So are the only clues? So you're not asking a question. There are just 3 clues, and I have to guess what you're going off of.
Let me just do it, and you can see. Okay. So for this first character,
like Joe Pesci from Lethal Weapon. Okay.
Oh yeah, Lethal Weapon 2, right?
2 and 3. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the 3rd one. I haven't seen the 3rd one.
He's in 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, see, I've only seen 1 and 2.
I know, we're going to do
parts of 1 and 2.
We should just... Okay, so we've been kicking around this idea of doing a watch-along, like, just something to fill in a little extra time that we've got, because we like to watch movies, especially right now. And I've seen an incredible amount of movies, and Erin is limited on some of those kind of movies, like the 80s action kind of stuff.
I'm also more unlimited on time, I feel like.
True.
So... Because of my weird work schedule. That is also very true.
And she also works more than I do. But yeah, so we're thinking about doing watch along on movies that I know really well and more on the ridiculous side, and then watch them and we both commentate at the same time. So that way you can match them up if you want to watch them at the same time as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It'll be fun.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your quiz.
Who is this first character? You died when your son was young.
Hold on.
No.
Oh, wait, okay, you keep on going. This is Lion King.
The movie is about your son growing into his power.
Yeah.
You appear to him in ghost-like ways.
Oh yeah, this is Mufasa.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
What? Okay, hold on, because all 3 of those clues fit Mufasa, by the way.
I know. I made clues that fit multiple characters, but you had to think about the words.
Disney movie? Can we do Black Panther?
They are Disney movies.
Yeah.
No, it's not Black Panther.
That is also...
You get one more guess.
They both fit all 3 guesses. Do
you want me to reread the clues?
Yeah, go ahead and reread
Listen to the specific words I'm saying.
Oh boy.
You died when your son was young. The movie is about your son growing into his power. You appear to him in ghost-like ways.
Mufasa still fits all 3.
The dad from Onward.
Oh. Well, okay, but
He grows into his power.
All right, what's his name?
The whole movie is about the dad.
Yeah, what's the name?
I don't know. That's why I just call him the dad from Onward.
I want to say Edward Lightfoot? I know Lightfoot is their surname.
But see, and I also thought ghost-like because he's not a ghost.
Yeah, but you remember...
he like...
Yeah, well,
He
no.
kind of is.
No, I'm going to call shenanigans on this one now because that was not a ghost. He was half corporeal and the other part was magical sparkles. Whereas in Lion King, Mufasa does come back to him in like cloud form and talks to him from the heavens. I would call that a ghost. Or in the Black Panther, King T'Challa's dad comes when he goes through his vision, his Black Panther vision when you regain or whatever, he sees his dad there. And that's all about him growing up. Although
not just growing up, it's growing into someone's power.
Yeah.
So do you see how this works?
I do. I still call shenanigans because Lightfoot wasn't a ghost. But go ahead. Let's do number 2.
I think it could be argued that he was a ghost.
He was corporeal.
Yeah.
He had a body that you could touch.
He was only half formed.
Yeah, so what?
Okay, so second character. Who is this? You play second fiddle to the ruler. You plot to gain power and take over.
Scar.
You live where it's hot and sunny most of the time.
Scar. I got Scar.
See, okay. I will give it to that. I was thinking Jafar from Aladdin.
Oh, okay.
I should have probably put a clue in there about having a sidekick or something.
And even then, I think the problem with Disney movies, because we're doing this, is that they use a lot of the same combinations. Because even then, Scar also had the hyenas. And Jafar had...
Iago.
Guilford Godfrey.
Iago.
Iago, I understand.
Oh, okay. You were just really set on trying to remember the name of the actor.
Well, you don't hear about him anymore. I think he does like indie movies now. Either way.
I think he's doing some of those cameos. I think you can get him to
you can do a cameo?
for you.
I'm not paying for that.
Why not? It's only $50.
You're only $50. And, okay, so what...
Whoa! Excuse me.
Got her.
I am worth way more than $50, son.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's try the third one. Let's see if I can get it this time.
Okay. You were the favorite for a long time. You charmed and were friends with everyone until your world was turned upside down. After humbling yourself and making unlikely friendships, you rose to the top again.
All right. This one's going to be hard. All right. Let's roll through those again.
Okay. You were the favorite for a long time. You charmed other people and were friends with everyone until your world was turned upside down by the addition of another character. After humbling yourself and making unlikely friendships, you rose to the top again. If you would like to ask a
I would
question,
like to ask.
Okay.
I'm assuming these are all animated.
Yes.
Okay. So not.
It's one of the movies that we have watched since we've been in quarantine. You may have watched it more than once. I can't remember at this point. It has sequels.
Oh, the dad from The Incredibles. No.
Do you want to ask another question?
I would like you to go over the hints again. This is a tough one. This is really tough.
You were the favorite for a long time.
Okay.
You charmed everyone and were friends with everyone until your world was turned upside down.
So turned upside down is probably a real clue here.
After humbling yourself and making unlikely friendships, you rose to the top again.
And it's a cartoon.
Yes.
Man, this one is tough. I would...
You get one more. I will let you do one more clarification question.
Is this a classic or a newer one?
Ooh, what do you mean?
Within the last 10 years.
Classic.
Classic? The man in the moon.
Why are you singing Cat Stevens to yourself?
Because it pops in my head. My brain doesn't focus very well these days. Okay, so it's definitely...
Just the other day.
The problem is, I don't remember. I remember melodies. I never remember fucking lyrics. That's my problem. Down in my belly.
Now you sound like Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
She got sex here. She got it from me. So a classic movie, played second fiddle. That's a good snore, guys. You don't get that very often around here. We got a good one on that one. I give up.
Randy Newman did the music.
You got a friend in me. Oh, it's Woody.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. I could have gotten out of Randy Newman. There's just so much out there. There's so much.
I was trying to create clues where you'd be stuck between like two characters.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you would ask me for a clarification and then I could give you like one more clue. But creating quizzes are hard because you don't want to make it too easy that you get it all right off the bat. Mm-hmm. But then if it's too hard, like that first one, I pointed you to the wrong answer. So
no,
I don't know.
fine.
I might revamp this.
Well, it just
try it again with something else.
It's the thing with Disney is you've got one bad guy trope. They're all kind of like that.
Yeah.
Recently they've done a really good job of changing that up, but it's still there. Okay, are we ready for some micro horror stories?
Yes, and I had like a scary dream a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to write it down because it's one of the recurring dreams that I have. And I was going to use it to intro this segment.
And you don't remember? Okay,
I do not remember what it was.
Okay.
It had something to do with someone reaching for my foot from underneath the bed. I don't know. That's always like the creepiest thing to me.
I told you one, and I'll find it because that one that got me the most. I'll find that one and kind of end it here. But
yeah, because how did you come across these?
I heard about this from Penn Jillette's podcast, Sunday School. It was something he's all over the place. He reads a lot and things like that. And it was something he came across and he thought it was worthy enough to talk about. So I guess he was, at least at the time, this was probably a year ago, and he was reading them right before bed, essentially. Because he reads like a minimum of 3 hours a day, regardless of his work schedule.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. I do love like micro fiction and flash fiction and stuff like that. I think it's really interesting. Trying to create a whole story in like 2 lines. And
that's what these are. These are officially 2-sentence horror stories.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with one here, and we'll see how you feel about it.
I might try and make up one while you're reading these.
Okay, we'll start off, and this I'm getting from boardpanda.com. I think they've compiled
Board Panda, like BORED, or
and
BOARD. Panda made out of a board.
Board panda. It's a wood panda. It's made of bamboo. It eats itself. Just like Pizza the Hut from...
Oh, yeah, Spaceballs.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to start off with this one. You hear your mom calling into the kitchen. Calling you into the kitchen. God, I already fucked it up. You hear your... Horrible.
These are too short to fuck up right away.
Nope. Impossible. You hear your mom calling you into the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too." And then, of course, the first comment was easy. He's the son of a lesbian couple. This is not scary. Okay, here we go. This one is labeled Perks of Cremation. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead.
Can you reread that one? I don't know if it makes sense to me. Is this person just in a coffin?
Perks of Cremation. Yeah. Yeah.
They're still alive.
Essentially. Yeah. Way to ruin the mystique.
Does that still happen?
I don't think so anymore. Let's see here. Creepy story. It's the title. I awoke to the sound of the baby monitor crackling with a voice comforting my firstborn child.
What?
As I adjusted to a new position, my arm brushed against my wife, sleeping next to me.
Oh, that's the worst. Oh my gosh. One more. I don't know if I can. That one one's going to scare me all night.
We'll do 2 more because we're going to start wrapping it up here soon. This one's called Afterlife Horrors. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but she doesn't help.
No one doesn't seem creepy. Just seems sad.
Just seems sad.
Yeah.
It's just so sad.
But the one about anything with a baby monitor right now, especially when our monitor gets stuck when you're trying to adjust it and it just continues to spin through the room.
Oh my God,
I keep thinking I'm going to see something.
Horrifying to me.
Oh, well, and we have that little rocking horse that's in his room now. Sometimes when he's playing with it, he'll push it in front of the crib, and I never think to move it before putting him down. And so when I leave and I turn on the monitor and I see like the shape of the horse, God, that always scares me. You know what never really scared me though?
What?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was such a great show, and they did a reboot. Or they're going to do a reboot.
Honestly, ever watched it because I had a
Really?
real hard time at night. I would have night terrors growing up.
Yeah.
And so I had a real hard time separating real life from that fiction. It took me a really long time to watch anything other than slasher stories.
Yeah.
Movies. Even though I still have had a recurring nightmare since I was early teens. About running through like a destitute thing, being chased by a very large monster kind of thing, trying to kill me. Oh, yeah. Either way, let's wrap up our podcast on this last little bit of horror.
I'm going to have to watch Parks and Rec after this just to get that fucking story out of my head.
This one is called Monsters Under the Bed.
Ugh! If this is about reaching up and grabbing someone's butt.
Stop. I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, Daddy, check for monsters under my bed. I look underneath for his amusement, and I see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, Daddy, there's someone in my bed. I like that one. That's the one he told.
Yeah.
I mean, he told more than that, but Penn told that one specifically, and I remember that one. And I tried the first night I brought this up to you to really look for that one. It took me actually a little bit longer than I thought it would have, but yeah. But those are 2-sentence horror stories just to tuck you in at night.
Go to woodpanda.com. No, I'm joking.
Board Panda. Speaking of, on our last outro, we forgot, the fact that we have a Facebook group and an email and things like that.
We just are trying to get back in the swing of this.
Yeah, and so we've been working on an outro. Did you put together an outro for this
Nope,
time?
I totally forgot.
So we're going to try something next time for our outros. I think we have a neat idea. It's going to steal from everybody else in the world, but we like it because we're a fan of, podcasts and radios and things like that. So if you have any questions or any comments that you would like to leave for us, you can email them directly at thebrainjuicepodcast. Just put it, whether it's a question or a comment or something, in the title or the subject, not the title. It's an email, not a chapter. Yeah. And then you can also visit us facebook.com/thebrainjuicepodcast. And I guess we will catch you next time.
Power out.
What the